go for that and that. So I tend to scale some of my alcohol down a little.
You mean you stop the
You'll get there,
fermentation?
right.
No, I just
Or you
use
use
less
less?
fermentables at the beginning.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Good question. So
Yeah.
how do you control alcohol at the end is what you start with gravity wise. So the more sugar you have that are fermentable, the more alcohol you're going to get. The other way to do that is your mash temperatures. And so you can raise a mash temperature up to like 155, 156, and that will make more complex sugars. You can drop it down to like 145, and it will give you a lot of fermentable sugars and get you more like a lawnmower beer. So that's when you get into making all grains, you can control that fermentability by the temperature of your mash. Here it's all set, it's going to be all about 80% fermentable.
So when you use like and I'm guessing what we have is an all grain situation.
Yep.
We have it. So you still have to use that extract when you do all grain? No, you can just go all grain, all grain.
This is all grain. This is wheat and the Pilsner.
I'm just wondering because I mean we have that in our kit. So usually I've always just when I've gone to these classes before, it's just all extracts at first because they want you to get used to the process. So to get some grain there is different.
Extract is also much easier when we first start out because it's less equipment, it's less chance of error. When you're making a pumpkin beer like Dirk did, and I've been there too, and you get a stuck mash and you've got 10 gallons of wort that will not drain out of the grains, and you're screaming and you're trying to get everything you can to get out, and then it dumps over. And there goes 50, 60 bucks on the ground because you got mad because it wouldn't drain. The extracts are easy to start. We're using the burner. You could do this on your side burner out on your grill. You could do it in the house. So they're a nice way to start. They have limitations, but there have been award-winning beers made with extract with grain steep. Don't think that you can't make quality beers with extract. But when you move to all grain, it gives you way more options to put things together. And that's the beauty of it.
So that's what you meant by hybrid when you said that was a hybrid triple?
No, I call that my Belgian bastard. Because it's a combination of a Belgian wit and a Belgian triple. It's got a little bit of coriander, a little bit of orange peel. It's got more wheat in it than what a typical Belgian triple would have.
So like, this Belgian that we did way back when now, I remember putting in just so much. I think we used honey, really like a lot of sugar. So would that then have added to the time that we needed for that just to like, to process and then
Yep, but it should have been only like maybe 3 to 4 weeks, not years.
Okay.
Yeah. So mead, and I take that back. A mead is made out of water and honey.
Yeah.
And so meads take a long time to mellow, but they'll ferment pretty quick, but they need to mellow out and get a lot of those higher alcohols to kind of cool down. And they can make some fusel alcohols that are a little rough. And so with some time, they'll kind of, I believe what they do is they kind of re-ferment some of those higher alcohols and kind of smooth that mead back out. But with a triple, you normally wouldn't use anything. There might be just a smidge of honey, but most triples use straight Pilsner and a little bit of wheat at most, and then some Belgian candy. This has a little bit of table sugar.
Okay.
So why the table sugar? Because a Belgian triple is supposed to be light and dry. And so sugar ferments with no body. So straight table sugar will give you alcohol with very little body at all.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of table sugar in that to keep it light and dry.
That's interesting.
Do you get the characteristic more like Javaro in this beer? So Javaro, that second beer we had from the one that was that farmhouse ale, is a Quebec yeast, but it's very similar to what this Belgian triple strain would have. This triple strain gives you more of that spiciness and fruitiness, a lot of fruitiness in this beer from the yeast. So I wanted you to try and taste what that fruitiness again from a different yeast strain will do. It's pretty evanescent. I mean, the triples are supposed to be high in carbonation. You can see the bubbles coming up. Yeah, so that has to be a triple. So if you submitted a triple to a judging competition and it didn't have that, you would get dinged.